Hey gang, Jane back with the next video in our series on learning the basics of reading crochet symbol charts. If you missed the first two videos in this series, you can check the description below to find the links for those. Each week, I'll be working through another part of the willow square using just the symbol chart, explaining the symbols as we go. This series is broken up into bite-sized videos, and in today's video, we'll be working through rounds 2 and 3 of our willow granny square using just the crochet chart. Let's review the stitches again before we jump into today's rounds. Rounds 2 and 3 use the double crochet stitch, just like round 1 of last week's lesson. If we go back and look at the stitch symbols, we see this is the one showing up. A T-shape with a single cross stitch is the one we're using for the first 3 rounds of our chart. Remember, it is the number of cross sticks that are significant on these T-shaped symbols. We'll learn about the other T-shaped symbols when we get to round 6. Other stitches that we will be seeing today are the oval lying on its side, which is the symbol for a chain stitch, and since it's only one oval, we know it is only one chain stitch. And to start our round, we have an upright 3 ovals, which is the beginning chain 3. This also counts as a double crochet. Finally, our rounds end with a solid circle, which is a slip stitch. So these are the same stitches as in round 1 in the last video, but today I wanted to be sure we reviewed these symbols as we'll be using them in the next 2 rounds. Remember, you can find out how to get the PDF of the symbol chart in the description below. So just to recap, here is round 1 that we finished in the last lesson, and now we're moving on to round number 2, indicated by this nice little number 2 surrounded by a circle. So if we look at our symbol chart, we see that it starts with a beginning chain 3. This is what these 3 upright ovals mean. This is also going to count as our first double crochet. I'm going to be using my green on round number 2. And on the chart, it tells us to join in the first chain 1 of the last round. Now, sometimes the written instructions will say start in any chain 1. I write the charts so that you can always find where it begins. I try to keep it all in a line. So again, you may see it different on a written. It might say start in any chain 1, but for the reason that we're following the chart, we'll start exactly where the chart tells us to. So we want to join our green in the first chain 1 of the previous round. We ended here, so this right here is our first chain 1. We want to pull up a loop and chain 3. And again, this counts as our first double crochet. Then we want to work another double crochet, the T with the single stroke on it. We want to work that into the same chain 1 space of the previous round. So go ahead and work that double crochet into that same chain 1 space. So here we have our first 2 double crochet. Our next stitch will be a chain 1, indicated by the single oval on its side. Now we're going into 2 double crochet, 2 T's with a stroke on them, into the next chain 1. So you're actually skipping over this double crochet stitch and working into the next chain 1. And you're going to work 2 double crochet into that stitch. And then again, we have another oval lying on its side, and we do a chain 1. That's what we're going to work all the way around round number 2. So go ahead and do the 2 double crochet chain 1 into each of these chain 1 spaces, and I'll meet you back here at the end of the round to finish it off. So here we have repeated every one of these 2 double crochet chain 1s all the way around. We should have 12 of them. What I love about these visuals is you can actually look at this one and look at the chart and compare them, but I should have 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 of the 2 double crochet sets with the chain 1s. So now we've reached the end and we finish off. We have a little dot right next to the 3rd oval of the beginning chain, which means we want to do a slip stitch in that 3rd chain. So count up to the 3rd chain, insert your hook, yarn over and pull through both the loop and the loop on the hook. That's your slip stitch to end the round. That's the end of round 2. So you can go ahead and cut your yarn about 4 inches. We'll get ready for round number 3. So we're going to use blue in round number 3, and you can see a similarity with round 3 as to round 2. We're doing these batches of double crochets with a chain 1 in between, and they're being worked into the chain 1 spaces. So let's go back and follow the chart where to start. So look for that number 3 with a circle around it. It asks us to start in the first chain 1 of the last round. So we finished off here. So you go past the first 2 stitches to the first chain 1. This is the space that we're going to be joining in. We're going to take our blue and pull up a loop. And again, we have that upright 3 ovals, which is a beginning chain 3. So go ahead and do your chain 3. And again, that counts as your first double crochet. Then you want to work 2 more double crochet into that same chain 1 space. So we have a pattern here of double crochets into chain 1 spaces. So altogether, we're going to have what we call 3, because we count that first chain 3 as a double crochet. Then you want to chain 1 with that sideways oval, and you're ready for the next batch. So we skip over the next 2 double crochet stitches looking for the next chain 1 space, and we want to work 3 separate double crochets into that space. And then again, it's followed by a chain 1. That's our repeat right there. You can see that cluster happening all the way around. And again, you're going to have 12 of them because that's how many chain 1 spaces we are. So do 3 double crochet chain 1 in each of these chain 1 spaces. And I'll meet you back here at the end of the round. So we've reached our last chain 1 space and therefore the end of our round, and we finished off with a chain 1 here. The thing with the chart is it doesn't have a written stitch count, but you can visually count the symbols so you can see if you've got the right amount. So we want 12 of these clusters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It also helps if you look at it visually and you look at the chart visually. Sometimes you can tell if you're off. We want to finish off again. We have that nice solid circle sitting beside the 3rd oval, which means a slip stitch into the 3rd chain of that beginning chain 3. So count up 1, 2, 3, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull it through, and pull it through the loop on the hook. That's your slip stitch. And you can go ahead and cut your yarn because we're changing color again. Pull it through, and you have finished round 3, and it should look just like your chart. So this covers the first 3 rounds of the granny square, and you are doing great. Join me in the next lesson where we'll explore rounds 4 and 5 of our chart, and we're going to learn some new symbols. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to my channel so you're sure to catch all my tutorials as they come out. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.